Robert Mueller's investigation found 10 possible acts of obstruction of justice. Let us examine what Mueller discovered in his own words as laid down by the report. Act 3. President Trump ordered White House counsel Don McGahn to fire Robert Mueller.
May 17, 2017, Acting Attorney General Rosenstein appointed Robert S. Mueller III as special counsel and authorized him to conduct the Russia investigation and matters that arose from the investigation.
When Sessions told the president that a special counsel had been appointed, the president slumped back in his chair and said,
"Oh my God, this is terrible. This is the end of my presidency. I'm fucked." The president became angry and lambasted the Attorney General for his decision to recuse from the investigation, saying, "How could you let this happen, Jeff?" The president said the position of Attorney General was his most important appointment and that Sessions had let him down, contrasting him to Eric Holder and Robert Kennedy. "You were supposed to protect me. Everyone tells me that if you get one of these independent counsels, it ruins your presidency. It takes years and years, and I won't be able to do anything. This is the worst thing that ever happened to me." The president then told Sessions that he should resign as Attorney General.
Sessions agreed to submit his resignation and left the Oval Office.
Hope Hicks, White House Communications Director, saw the president shortly after Sessions departed and described the president as being extremely upset by the special counsel's appointment. Hicks said that she had only seen the president like that one other time when the Access Hollywood tape came out during the campaign.
The next day, May 18, 2017, FBI agents delivered to McGahn a preservation notice that discussed an investigation related to Comey's termination and directed the White House to preserve all relevant documents.
When he received the letter, McGahn issued a document hold to White House staff and instructed them not to send out any burn bags over the weekend while he sorted things out.
Also, on May 18, Sessions finalized a resignation letter.
Pursuant to our conversation of yesterday, and at your request, I hereby offer my resignation. Sessions, accompanied by Hunt, brought the letter to the White House and handed it to the president.
The president put the resignation letter in his pocket and asked Sessions several times whether he wanted to continue serving as Attorney General.
Sessions ultimately told the president he wanted to stay, but it was up to the president.
The president said he wanted Sessions to stay.
At the conclusion of the meeting, the president shook Sessions' hand.
But he did not return the resignation letter.
May 18, 2017, when Priebus and Bannon learned that the president was holding on to Sessions' resignation letter, they became concerned that it could be used to influence the Department of Justice.
Priebus told Sessions it was not good for the president to have the letter because it would function as a kind of shock collar that the president could use anytime he wanted. Priebus said the president had the Department of Justice by the throat.
Priebus and Bannon told Sessions that they would attempt to get the letter back from the president with a notation that he was not accepting Sessions' resignation.
May 19, 2017, the president left for a trip to the Middle East.
Hicks recalled that on President's flight from Saudi Arabia to Tel Aviv, the president pulled Sessions' resignation letter from his pocket. He showed it to a group of senior advisors and asked them what he should do about it.
During the trip, Priebus asked about the resignation letter so he could return it to Sessions, but the president told him that the letter was back at the White House.
It was not until May 30, 3 days after the president returned from the trip, that the president returned the letter to Sessions with a notation saying,
"Not accepted."
In the days following the special counsel's appointment, the president repeatedly told advisors that the special counsel Mueller had conflicts of interest, that Mueller had interviewed for the FBI director position shortly before being appointed as special counsel, that he had worked for a law firm that represented people affiliated with the president, and that Mueller had disputed certain fees relating to his membership in a Trump golf course in Northern Virginia.
Bannon recalled telling the president that the purported conflicts were ridiculous and that none of them were as real or could come close to justifying precluding Mueller from serving as special counsel.
May 23, 2017, McGahn told the president that he would not call Rosenstein about Mueller, and that he would suggest that the president not make such a call either. McGahn advised that the president could discuss the issue with his personal attorney, but it would look like still trying to meddle in the investigation, and knocking out Mueller would be another fact used to claim obstruction of justice. McGahn told the president that his biggest exposure was not his act of firing Comey, but his other contacts and calls and his ask regarding Flynn.
Saturday, June 17, 2017, the president called McGahn and directed him to have the special counsel Mueller removed.
The president called McGahn at home twice, and on both occasions directed him to call Rosenstein and say that Mueller had conflicts that precluded him from serving as special counsel. On the first call, he said,
"You got to do this. You got to call Rod."
McGahn said he told the president that he would see what he could do. McGahn was perturbed by the call and did not intend to act on the request. He and other advisors believed the asserted conflicts were silly and not real, and they had previously communicated that view to the president. McGahn also had made clear to the president that the White House counsel's office should not be involved in any effort to press the issue of conflicts. When the president called McGahn a second time to follow up on the order to call the Department of Justice, McGahn recalled that the president was more direct.
Call Rod. Tell Rod that Mueller has conflicts and can't be the special counsel. Mueller has to go. Call me back when you do it.
That evening, McGahn called both Priebus and Bannon and told them that he intended to resign.
McGahn said that the president had asked him to do crazy shit. But Priebus thought McGahn did not tell him the specifics of the president's request because McGahn was trying to protect Priebus from what he did not need to know.
On June 13, 2017, Sanders asked the president for guidance on how to respond to press inquiries about the possible firing of the special counsel. The president dictated an answer, which Sanders delivered, saying that while the president has every right to fire the special counsel, he has no intention to do so.
June 15 and 16, the president issued a series of tweets acknowledging the existence of the obstruction investigation and criticizing it.
They made up a phony collusion with the Russian story, found zero proof, so now they go for obstruction of justice on the phony story. Nice. You are witnessing the single greatest witch hunt in American political history, led by some very bad and conflicted people. Crooked H destroyed phones with a hammer, bleached emails, and had husband meet with AG days before she was cleared. And they talk about obstruction? After 7 months of investigations and committee hearings about my collusion with the Russians, nobody has been able to show any proof. Sad. I am being investigated for firing the FBI director by the man who told me to fire the FBI director. Witch hunt!